who's in the party.
Yeah, so that's like a soft marker that's about 50, and it's like it's like oil based, like bands for adults, and not like a
Yep, pretty much. Hey, this is Earl. This is now like all charities in Orlando. Yep, this is the guy that handles most of
but that's a book, not now.
Oh, that's like it's about the
I'm trying to get. I don't want to tell the story.
Yeah, so y'all can go. Enjoy. Thank you. Thank you for coming.
Who's taking the group photo?
do that, man. Okay. Let me get you.
Everybody's working. Everybody's working. Did you hear Crazy Jesus? Yes. We're gonna do this one like fucking Myra style.
We got everything.
No, that's Seattle. Inspired by you, of course.
Yeah, we met in school.
Yep.
You know, like,
You was doing that new.
is he still alive? Still painting?
Black books and all right.
Still getting partners in the neighborhood. Wow. World famous. Yeah, that was just up the block. And putting up crews from B05 and then STV, because those cats came down here and then they gave them crews right there. It's crazy, man. That's toe jam backlot. Excuse me.
Oh, sorry, son. That's on the side.
Oh, okay.
This is like 22nd Street and Northwest First Avenue. Toe jam backlot has pieces. It has the one of like the villains of Hollywood. It's everybody. Silence of the Lambs, Murder, all crazy. I gotta take this, and it's a relic. it's incredible that it even exists. Just like some of these things are like really old vintage markers and the ink, like things that
Tools of mass
that we knew from back in the days that are now relics.
How much of this is donated, bro?
This is
Versus stores,
none of it,
straight up.
None of it is donated. It's like I was mentioning to you, we're not really equipped to receive donations from a preservation facility. So it's really either all my stuff, personal, because I'm okay with my stuff being here, or it's like I'll hit you up and I'm like, yo, I'm looking for this one thing, and so it might be just loans, some loans. So this is a loan from Smith, as an example. It might be an extended loan because I might never want to give it back, but it's on loan, right? And it's insured and all those things, and there's paperwork to make sure that he's comfortable enough to loan it to us. And so from the last 2 years, we've had loans come in, and then of course they go back. So we had a subway door before, like a bomb subway door, and so we had that on loan for 1.5 years, and then it went back.
Okay, so that's the map.
That's the map. So the map is all caps, right? Made out of spray can tips, and then the red ones are where these riders are from.
They correspond with the color.
They correspond with the color. And so, yeah, exactly. So the yellow, North America, South, right, is all the yellow. And the lighter color, South America. We got Africa. The green is Europe, Asia. And so people come in here and they're like, oh, but I hate tags. And I'm like, but there was no tag. That's the beginning. That's the beginning. Like, imagine if you had Basquiat tags in your book right now. You'd be loving tags. That's right. You know? We need oil. So we can switch them. The great thing about these is this is a very easy. So it's and thinking about how to do this is very modular in a sense, right? So these can come off, right? And so that's try to think of clever ways to sort of have it. It's an easy change up. Change it. So no one wants to see these tags for 2 years. So, or we want to give shine to other people. So take it apart, flip it, and then crazy. But I figured out that just those like staples on that, those nails. This, as an example, this is an incredible moment in Berlin. This is the first time that riders went to Berlin and took over the trains. This weekend. This is the photo from that first weekend, and riders in Berlin were scared to paint trains until riders from Munich and Holland came and were like, yo, this is how it's done. Mad whole cars. Boom. And then this blew everybody's minds open, and then people started riding on trains.
Alan, I want to thank you for sharing that, but I'd be remiss not to share something with you. And I was sharing this with the Greek, and I think Anton. There has to be some type of installation on how we communicated. Back in the day, pre-internet.
Oh yes.
I still have all of my letters.
Envelopes and all that.
Charlie, Harris, Steve Howard. I got a folder.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how dope would that be to have a whole wall of plastic with our kites?
Yeah.
Like we wrote globally to one another. Back in the day, this is how we communicated. I have like maps that people would get. So that would be dope. A whole section on how we communicated. It was almost like a pirate radio station.
It was.
Back in the day, we would just send each other kites.
Yeah.
And I kept everything. And I think Charlie kept some.
Charlie did, and I've gotten some of them.
That should be talked about, bro. About how we communicated.
I thought about including it here this time because it did come up. I think you should. What I did instead, which is a little bit, it's like the future of that, or the next, which is the zines, right? And so the zines around the world, and so writers decided to put those photos that were being traded into magazines. So whether it's in France or Australia or Belgium or wherever this is at, right? Sweden.
You have any ghetto ones?
I have all that stuff. In the last museum, I had that in it. I had the first ones.
IGTs, I got the whole set.
I have those, yeah.
My IGTs.
I had, last time around, I featured IGT and Ghetto Art in that first wave of publications. This time around, it's more like global.
Okay.
You know, it's a global thing, right? But we shout out IGT in here. From the old spot is the rack of paint, but it was much smaller. And then the stay outside that refused to get back to its way over.
They expanded well.
Henry's joints.
Were these from the show in the Bronx?
These were not from the show in the Bronx. These were from his show downtown there in Firestone. So we acquired a bunch of them to present them.
I just got one of these. He's like this. It's like a metal piece.
Oh, I've seen those, yeah.
Yeah, so he blessed me for helping him out with the project, and he had this.
It just existed as part of the exhibition. Now, there's a whole section on Tracy in 68. You go to the Bronx, everybody knows Tracy. Tracy's been a celebrity and a legendary figure since the early 70s. But you come, but you know, if you don't know, you don't know, right? And so we get a chance to teach about him. Tracy might be highlighted here for 1 year, and then this goes. It's very easy to take this off, right? And then we can use this wall to teach about somebody.
I was just saying, why wasn't Tracy in style? This is, I don't know why he wasn't in there.
But it's the right, he's at the right time.
Right, we all acknowledge his contribution.
Right.
It's just,
He's also older. He's an older generation.
Jaqueta aqui, my friends.
how you doing? See you early. I heard you now. I just didn't want to disturb you.
And anytime she come up, I say, I'm going to New York. For my brother, that he is his entire life. Raised his entire life.
From the old spot is the rack of paint, but it was much smaller. And then the stay outside that refused to get back to its way over.
They expanded well.
Henry's joints.
Were these from the show in the Bronx?
These were not from the show in the Bronx. These were from his show downtown there in Firestone. So we acquired a bunch of them to present them.
I just got one of these. He's like this. It's like a metal piece.
Oh, I've seen those, yeah.
Yeah, so he blessed me for helping him out with the project.
Where we're painting everybody's names as past. So everybody's been painted.
That's really dope, man. That peanut is what, 73 right there? That piece?
The
original style, right?
Yeah, from 73.
Early 70s?
I would say maybe 75.
75?
But this is an updated style. This is this dude's own style with peanut style.
Right, it's in the
together,
vein of peanut
right?
style.
But you see it. All this stuff is from them, right? Like this thing.
Yeah, no, it's just
Right.
dope, straight up.
And this, you know, like the caps and the whole thing is very of that period. Even the drops.
So those are stock caps he's painted with?
Yeah.